Hi, this is the We Like Women political party. We like women and we are proud to like women. And if they do not like women, they are our enemy. We like women. My name is M. Eric Thorson. I am the founder and president of the We Like Women political party. Please remember, if you're a woman or a man that likes a woman, the words we like women are going to condition everyone to like women better. So it's in your best interest, if you're a woman or a man that likes women, to make sure that the We Like Women political movement and political party is going to be the world's biggest political movement. Now, this video is about more land for everyone. Basically, the entire world, every country in the world practically, is going to be anywhere from 50% to 100% bigger, which is really cool. So all of us are going to unite, and all of us, the Europeans, Europe's going to be 50% bigger. The Asian countries, both East Asian, South Asian, and Middle East Asian, they're all going to be like 50 to 100% bigger. And even Africa and North and South America, all those countries are going to be like 50 to 100% bigger. A couple countries like the United States and Canada, really large countries, they'll be about 20% bigger. You know what I mean? That's just a rough estimate. But it's still going to be pretty big. Most countries will gain at least twice as much room, especially the smaller countries. Basically, the whole world's going to unite, and this is going to be very peaceful. We're going to unite against Australia and Russia. Australia and Russia are huge countries with small populations. Australia is outnumbered over 350 to 1. You know what I mean? Australia is outnumbered over 350 to 1. Russia is outnumbered over 50 to 1. 50 to 1. I mean, those are huge. They're huge countries with very small populations. Australia only has like about 21 million people, while the United States and Australia are about the same size. The continental U.S. The U.S. is way over 300 million. Australia just barely has 20 million. Russia is a huge country, way bigger than like the United States, with 142 million people or something around there. Very small population. Global population is over 7 billion right now. So, basically all of us are going to peacefully unite against Australia and Russia. Now, these Australia is like probably 3 times bigger than India. I'm just guesstimating as I looked at the map. You know what I mean? But India has 1.2 billion people. You know what I mean? While Australia has like only 20 million people. So for every one Australians, I'm trying to do my math here. For every one Australians, there's over 60 Indians, and India is like about 3 times smaller. You know what I mean? That's just an example. You have these countries with billions of people, hundreds of millions of people. Countries that have a high population: India, Mexico, Japan, North Korea, South Korea, Vietnam, Indonesia. The European countries, France and England, they have Germany, very high population. The Central American countries are very small, but they have a very high population. Countries like the Netherlands, and Sweden and Denmark. Pretty high populations with a very small area. I mean, the Netherlands and Sweden are really overcrowded. That's, African countries, a lot of countries in Africa, like Egypt and Nigeria, a lot of people in a very small area. And a lot of African countries are, even South Africa's got a pretty big high population. South America, Brazil's got a pretty high population, really high population. And the thing about Brazil is most of their land is like the Amazon jungle. And there's a lot of people, they don't want them to go destroy the jungle and have a lot of people moving there. You know what I mean? Because it's destroying the jungle. People like the jungle. They like to save the animals, Basically, and then, so a lot of, the Middle Eastern countries are crowded. The United States, a lot of areas in the U.S. are crowded. The Caribbean countries, oh my God, like Jamaica, Haiti, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, all those they have, a lot of them have a very high population with a very small landmass. They're in very small areas. You know what I mean? So they're pretty overcrowded. You know what I mean? So basically, every country in the world is going to be twice as big. We're going to get together and we're going to peacefully declare Australia and Russia illegal. So basically, Australia and Russia are going to be divided into 5 parts. One part is going to go to North and South America, more land for America and Canada. That's about 20%. They're going to be divided into 5 parts of equal 20%. You know what I mean? The other 20% of Australia and Russia is going to go to Africa. The other 20% of Australia and Russia is going to go to the European Union. Europe, they're pretty crowded in Europe. The other 20% is going to go to South Asia and the Middle East, which is, like India, South Asia and Middle East Asia, which is basically, like India, Pakistan, Iraq, Iran, Israel, and Palestine. Hey, both Israel and Palestine, they're both pretty overcrowded. They're both going to become twice as big, And the other 20% is going to go to East Asia, like which people say very China, over 1.3 billion people in China, Japan, North Korea, South Korea, Vietnam, Taiwan, Indonesia, the Philippines. They're pretty overcrowded too. They're all those, so basically, again, okay, Australia, we're going to peacefully unite and peacefully declare Russia and Australia international territory with 20% splits. And the 20% split is about, one part goes to North and South America, the other part goes to Europe, the other part goes to South Asia and the Middle East, the other part goes to Africa, and the other part goes to East Asia. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Now, we outnumber Russia 50-1, and we outnumber Australia 350-1. So they're basically massively outnumbered, and they have no choice but to give themselves up peacefully. Now, Russia is a huge country. If Russia does this peacefully, we will let Russia keep the European part of Russia. It's there on the website. Like they'll keep the European part of Russia, but the Asian part of Russia, which is very huge, we'll divide that up into 20% equal parts for all of us. So there's going to be a lot more room for us, and a lot of these very overcrowded countries are going to be at least twice as big. So check out the website. It's really cool. It's very peaceful. Now, they'd be Australia and Russia. They're so massively outnumbered. If they, decide not to cooperate with us, they'll know we want this to be very peaceful, very peaceful. If they decide not to cooperate with us peacefully, they're basically going to get devastated. You know what I mean? They have no choice but to peacefully give them up. And Russia will still keep its European Russia, which will still make them one of the world's 5 biggest countries. European Russia is still pretty big. You know what I mean? It's about the size of half of Europe, if not more than half of Europe. So it's still pretty big. So they still have a lot of room. You know what I mean? And yeah, so please look at the website. And again, this is the We Like Women political party. More land for all of us. One thing is that anybody that lives in apartments or condos in these countries, or these overcrowded countries, they can move to Australia or Russia in their new land and get cheap property, live in a household property, whatever. So check out the website. This is very peaceful and very legal. I'm asking the whole world. I'm asking all of us in the United States, Canada, Central, South America, Europe, East Asia, South Asia, India, the Middle East, Africa. I'm asking all of us to unite together and peacefully declare Australia and Russia illegal. If anybody's against us, they're the enemy. We're all going to get twice as much land. This is global population justice. If anybody is against us getting more land, they are the enemy. You know what I mean? Thank you very much. Again, my name is Eric Thorson. Oh, and by the way, you do not have to do this if you don't want to. You do not have to do this at all. But if you could please donate, at least $2, that'd be fantastic. Because we're desperately trying to make this a huge movement, so we can get millions of people around the world together to demand Australia and Russia our land. If you could donate $2, that'd be fantastic. Just $2, or anything more like $3 or $4, that'd be great. But you do not have to do it if you don't want to. We're just trying to make it a big movement. Thank you very much. I just want to wish you a fantastic day.